If I was a councillor, and I mean this, and I'm not, but if I was a councillor, here is the Places for Everyone statutory consultation, and it closes on Wednesday. Where is the response to protecting our green spaces? Where is the workshops? Where is the public meetings by our councillors to support and facilitate members of our public so they can engage in this consultation? Where? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Why not? Why not? Sure. We'll be devastated. Royton South will be devastated. Crompton will be devastated. Failsworth gone. Huge parts of Chadderton ruined as a consequence of this scheme. Now, this is the statutory consultation. Why are our councillors not going into the communities and run consultations, run events to raise awareness of what's taking place and then assisting people to take part in the consultation? Why not? Burnham is going to destroy the places we call home. And the councillors we elected, including Maggie Hurley on this, who were elected on pledges to fight against Andy Burnham and the centralisation of power and the taking away of decision making from the town to Andy Burnham's office. They were elected on that. Their own publicity materials, the banny pledges say that. Why have they not done anything? They're now paid 10,000 or something. They've just accepted a pay rise. Apart from Lewis Quigg, of course, who's told them where to shove their pay rise. The stuff buried in the small print of this statutory consultation that is going to hasten the destruction of our town and our communities. And again, if I was a wagering sort of person, if I was a poker player, I'd be going all in, knowing that not only have they not facilitated consultation events with their own constituents, their own ward members, to make them aware of what's going on and how they can contribute and feedback, I bet they've not even read the consultation. I bet they've not even read the consultation. It finishes on the 6th, midnight on the 6th of December. Whilst I'm happy to put something up on Facebook and explain it, I don't see the point in it. And it goes back to what you guys are discussing now about shares and likes. Go and have a look at the Recusant 9 page. I've seen the analytics. There are thousands of what read it, but the shares are next to, they're non-existent. If we don't raise awareness ourselves, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go with this? So I look at all of this and I think, okay, with the limited resources and the energy I have, and the support from you, where do we focus our efforts? I can take the piss out of the independents for the next decade. It's not going to make any difference, apart from them getting angrier and angrier. We focus on this. We focus on removing as many Labour Party politicians as possible and protecting the likes of Lewis Quigg, who are up for re-election. That's where we've got to remain focused. They do, and the council do announce the consultations. It's fine. The council do. But my issue isn't the council. My issue is our representatives. Because most of us don't understand these documents. And it's the responsibility of those we elect to represent us. And representing us means taking our views and opinions to inform decision making. That's how representative democracy works. Now, if we don't understand something, it's their responsibility to come to us and communicate the complex and simplify and say, this is what's going on. This is what the Places for Everyone plan is about. This is a statutory consultation. We need you to engage in it, because actually if you do engage in it, you can change it. You've got to believe that. If you do engage in it, you can change it. If we do represent ourselves, we can change it. We could, if I was a councillor, if in any way involved in any of this, the Lib Dems promote themselves as a party of protecting green spaces. Go and speak to Howard Sykes and ask him what makes the Lib Dems unique from the others, and they'll talk about green spaces as one of the key features, protecting the Greenbelt. Well, then the Lib Dem motion on the Wednesday council meeting should have been withdrawing from Andy Burnham's scheme. The Lib Dem motion should have been withdrawing from the Places for Everyone scheme. And if I was a Lib Dem strategist, I would pull out from this consultation document a number of very, very concerning features on how it will impact upon the various towns in Oldham, what metropolitan borough, and force a vote. Doesn't matter if I lose the vote, but you can bring forward a 20s plenty scheme motion anytime you want. But that's what I would have done. But they haven't. Why? If they care so much about the Greenbelt, if what makes them unique as a party at a local level is their commitment to protecting the Greenbelt, which is what they'll claim, why have they not brought forward a motion on this? Likewise, why have the Conservatives not done this? Particularly as the Saddleworth Conservatives do. You know, one of the key themes up there in getting votes is protecting green spaces. So why haven't they? What actually is going on in this council of ours? And you've all seen the news about Nottingham Council. I think the Daily Mirror ran a story with Jim McMahon in it as though he'd somehow absolved of responsibility. But there's something like 20 other councils across the country on the verge of bankruptcy, having been misled to the extent by Abdul Jabbar regarding the extent of our town's debt. I'd imagine our council is on that list. Now Labour will jump up and down and blame the government. I'm not blaming the government. I only need to look at where they've spent the money, blown the money on one vanity scheme after another to know where it's all gone wrong. And I also only need to look inside the council, into the roles they prioritise. Instead of prioritising frontline staff in key roles, they're prioritising PR, polishing a turd department. Jenny Harvey and her team. Millions going on that. The social media presence, the newspapers they put out with a picture of Arood Shah on every page, sometimes 2 pictures of her, 3 pictures of her on the same page. And this is what I don't get, Ian, really? 10 grand? Is it worth 10 grand to sell out the town? To sell out the community? To sell out your neighbours, your friends, your children, your grandchildren? Is 10 grand, you know, we talked about the pieces of silver. Is it worth it? Is that how cheap this town is? Is that how cheap their morals and their values are? I think my expectations are just basic. And maybe that's what it is, really. The councillors made us feel we shouldn't ask for anything. They've disempowered you. It's like Oliver Twist, taking a bowl and asking for some more porridge.
Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them.